A very popular topic these days is something that the kids are calling house hacking. I was just listening to a podcast with Graham Stephan and Meet Kevin, and they were talking all about house hacking. I'm going to break it down here really, really quickly in this kind of short, quick video. Really basic ideas, guys. This is not a big topic. This is, everybody thinks this is some crazy thing, how I'm going to pay down my house faster. These 5 simple ideas, well, that's not necessarily true. One of them is not simple, but the other 4 are really easy to do, and every young person should be taking advantage of 1 or 2 of these. But in order for me to give you that information, I'm going to ask that you please hit that like button. Hitting that like button gets this information out to more people. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Once we reach 1,000 followers, we're going to be giving away a grab bag full of amazing swag. And in return for hitting that like button, I'm going to introduce you to my new favorite animal. This is a leopard gecko. All right, the number 1 way you can house hack, and in my day, we just called this having broke friends, is rent out some rooms in your place. If you got a 2-bedroom room and you are under 30 years old and you are not married or in a significant relationship with somebody else, why aren't you renting out that other room? If you're under 30, you likely have some friends that would love some cheaper rent than renting their own place. And you, as a result, can get income from that rent. Why wouldn't you do it? This is an easy way to increase your income. And hey, if you're in the middle of a pandemic like we have been for the last little bit, it might also get you some company. In my marketplace, if you're going to rent out a 1-bedroom basement suite all to yourself, you're spending at least $1,000 a month. And many of our 2-bedroom first-time buyers are spending $2,000 a month on their condos. Why not rent out a room to a friend for $500, $600, $700 a month and make your payments a heck of a lot less? Second, and if you do number 1, you can definitely do number 2, is prepay some of your mortgage. Most new people to the marketplace don't understand how interest works on your mortgage. Interest is front loaded on a mortgage. The majority of your payments in the beginning are all interest. So if you can pay extra payments down on your mortgage and actually reduce your principal earlier on, it will save you thousands and thousands of dollars in interest moving forward. Saving all that interest will actually knock months, if not years, off the total amortization of your mortgage. Step number 3 is maybe borrow less. Maybe if you can get into that little bit higher top of your budget property, maybe don't spend that much. Reduce your expectations and save a little bit of money. And then when you save that money on the payment, you can make your payment as if you bought the bigger property, which brings us back to number 2. So if you're actually buying less property than you can afford, you can go back and prepay your mortgage. But be careful which mortgage you get, because prepaying your mortgage may come with penalties depending on the financial institution and the rules set out in the fine print of your mortgage. So that's a good one. You're going to have to ask your mortgage broker prior to signing any documents. Option number 4 is something called the Smith maneuver. Now, I don't think this is for everybody. So if you're into gadgets and quick get-rich-quick schemes, this might be for you. But you should not do this if you are on a regular paycheck or salary position. The Smith maneuver, what you do is you actually borrow more money on your property through, say, for instance, a line of credit or even a regular mortgage. And then you invest that money somewhere else that actually pays you a higher rate of return than the interest on your mortgage. So now you're actually owing more to the bank, but your investment is paying back not only what you owe, but also more money. If you do this in the right way, your initial investment going out could actually even be a tax write-off. The downside to this is if you put that money into a risky investment, you could actually lose that money and now also be owing on your property. So this is one for the absolute number 1 best financial people to possibly experiment with, but I don't think the average person should try the Smith maneuver. And option number 5 to house hack is skipping a step on the property ladder. Now, if you can, bear with me here, because my whole thing has always been move up the property ladder, get into a condo, few years later, get into a townhouse. A few years later, get into a house, hopefully with a basement suite. Then after that, you can get into your forever home. Skipping a step on the property ladder, though, if you can afford to do it and if you have the right savings, actually brings you to a really cool spot where you're going to save a ton of money. And you're going to save that money on paying people like me. Realtor fees are very expensive. Lawyer fees are also very expensive. And in my marketplace of Surrey, BC and the Fraser Valley, you actually have property transfer tax as being one of your largest expenses. So if you can skip one of those steps by maybe missing the townhouse altogether, going straight from the condo to the house with the basement suite, you're actually going to save in realtor fees and taxes. Wait a minute, this might be putting me out of a job. Well, that last one is going to be tough for more people to do than probably the first three. However, I do think it is a very strong possibility if, again, you are very good with your money. So those 5 things, again, are rent a room, specifically if you're young and you're lonely and you want friends around and you want some money, rent a room in your property. Prepay your mortgage. This is easy to do. Most banks will let you add $1, $5, $50 a paycheck. Prepay your mortgage. It will save you interest and reduce your amortization. Next is borrow less. If you can borrow less and then do step 2, prepay, you're going to be double as far ahead. For you more sophisticated people, the Smith maneuver, you could borrow against your property, have a tax write-off, invest in something else, and then pay it all off again. That is super tricky, but it is a very good house hack that you could possibly do. And last house hack number 5 could be the ability to skip a step while moving yourself up the property ladder. But that probably takes more financial savviness and saving and sacrifice than the other ones do. Thanks for watching. Please remember to enter our subscriber giveaway just by subscribing to this humble little channel. We're only trying to get up to about 1,000 followers in our first go around here. Please remember to hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single one of these videos if they interest you. And also make sure to hit that like button for the YouTube algorithm. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.